Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Hopefully the air conditioner doesn't sound too loud, because if I have to turn it off, it's going to turn into a goddamn sauna in here. Doesn't look like it's that loud on my meters. I may just have to ask that you guys politely deal. That's an interesting thing. Intro guy will be in here in a minute. He's getting his body ready. Once he's in here, oh, let me turn the music down. Oh man, yeah, like I'll literally be able to stream longer if the AC is on in here. The cam is coming. I'm just waiting for intro guy to come in. Let's start this sweaty cam show. Yeah, it doesn't look that loud on my meter. But, let me look again. This room that I moved my office into because of... Alright, I'll turn the light. Intro guy will be in here in a minute. Let me, Goodbye, music. Goodbye. Hey, look, here I am. Haha. Is my mouth synced? Yeah, you're going to hear the air conditioner, but... And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Review room temperature USA. Well, no.
Hey guys.
He can vouch for you too. This room without an AC, even like if it's like, it's weird too. Like, I could have all the lights off, all the computers off, no tech on, and this room still stays hot. Because I don't know if I'm sure you guys noticed, but what's on the wall back here, that isn't paint, that's cloth. And it has a rug on the floor, obviously. And you know, you have the soundproofing, those things that are also aesthetic is soundproofing. So this room is like a giant insulator, which for sound quality is great. You went from Big Sexy to Magic Mike. I wouldn't call me Matt. You wouldn't want to see me in a Speedo shaking my ass on stage yet. Oh, I got some super chats. I didn't even realize that. Thank you for your super chat, Jedi Outcast Style. I wouldn't call myself Magic Mike yet. I mean, there's still man titties and boob sweat and yeah, but even with my computers off, I don't know who did that comment. Yeah, the computers when they're on definitely raise the temperature even more, but even with everything off, again, intro guy could vouch for it, this room is like an oven.
Yep.
So I got this portable air conditioner. This thing is phenomenal. It's 8,000 BTU and it's like really small for 8,000 BTU size-wise, and this room is beautiful now. It's beautiful. But ooh, okay, so we got a couple super chats already. Hey, Rich, my main YouTube account, Frankie Dragon, is banned here, I think. Why are accounts? Who banned accounts? And I know I'm gonna sound like an old man. I gotta figure out how to unban them. Can't write in the chat.
Thanks for noticing, Chris.
What did you notice? What do you notice?
I have lost weight.
Yeah, you have. You're looking. He's looking like a snack, isn't he?
Well, if I'm a snack, you're both sides of the buffet table.
Thank you. Thank you. He's the after dinner mint, and I'm the full meal. So I gotta. If you are banned, here's what I'll do, because I'm gonna forget, because I always forget, because there's someone who wanted to send me Game Boy Micro to do a video on. If you're banned and you think it's a wrongful ban, send me your name to my email, which is rich@reviewtechusa at .com, and I'll look at it. Did you get a chance, T-Joe, thank you for the super chat. Did you get a chance to read the Wall Street Journal article on Sony censorship policies? Came out the same day as the PS5 news. I have not. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, well, I've seen drips and drabs on that. Why is Sony doing that? And here comes Wyatt with his let's see. Wyatt coming through, the one and only W. Sorry, Rich, but Philip deserves a second chance. People act like he killed someone. I don't think plagiarism is unforgivable, to be honest. You can forgive it, but any industry that you do it in, you're done. Am I wrong? Plagiarism doesn't matter. You're screwed.
As far as I know,
you're expelled. If you're in a school, if you're in a college, you're expelled. And good luck trying to get into another one once they find out you did plagiarize. You get expelled from high school, or at least.
Do you get any kind of leniency at all, or is it just?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think even high school, they'll flat out free. If they could verify that you plagiarized, they'll expel you. Any industry that you work in, if they find out you plagiarized someone else's work, you're done and you're blacklisted in that industry. That's just, plagiarism is very serious, man. Stealing someone else's intellectual property is, they don't mess around with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it'd be a different story if he gave credit to the people, and credit to their work. Like, when I talk about a story, I always put, and 95% of the time I even mention in the video, but I always, unless I just forget, which I don't think I've done it in like 2 years now, I always put the article in the description. Now, of course, someone's like, Rich, 2 weeks ago you forgot to, but, if Philip credited people, it'd be different. But he even took, and I saw the video, you can't find it anymore, at least I didn't see it. There was a NeoGAF article where he literally read it word for word and put it in a video and didn't credit the person that wrote it. So they don't, it's a serious offense, man, in any industry. So it is what it is. But thank you, Wyatt, for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Sergeant Jason Bond, hey guys, how's your day going? It's been fucking busy. I mean, this weekend I didn't have any videos up because there was family in for, my family celebrates Easter. And we were doing a whole bunch of stuff in this room. We emptied out a whole closet, which took much longer than I ever thought emptying out a closet ever would. We're clearing out my old office, which we were there today. That's like 95% done. We have just little craps we got to do tomorrow there. So we've been busy, man. We've been real busy. You're looking like a Fed over there. Is that these bothering you? Is that why?
Yeah, I know it looks stupid, but
no, you actually
look.
You actually look kind of intimidating. I'm actually.
No, the lights kind of bother my eyes.
No, put them on. Who cares? It's no big deal. It was just funny. I turned around and I thought the Terminator was behind me.
No, otherwise I'm just kind of squinting like this.
No, it's fine. Put them on. It's no big deal.
But I'll just
So Sergeant Jason Bond, there is your very long-winded answer. You probably weren't expecting it much. Ricardo Perez, thank you for the super. Digital sucks. Hope the Xbox One's sad and Stadia fails. Well, the Xbox One all digital edition is the biggest joke I've ever seen. All they did was just get rid of the Blu-ray drive from the S, and there's literally no reason. If they made it smaller, like if they made it a small form factor Xbox One, I would be there buying it day one. If they made it cheaper, I could, like $199 bare minimum, I could maybe make an argument for its value. But hard drive's too small, no aesthetic changes to it. They didn't make it a more convenient form factor, and it's too expensive. So I agree with you with that, Ricardo. If I'm saying your name wrong, I do apologize. Adam S., do you chew your ice cubes? Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes it actually hurts to chew them, though, if you like. But generally, 99% of the time I do. I chew my ice
teeth are
cubes.
getting a little sensitive nowadays. Whatever.
But, Mikey D, what's good, man? His intro guy in SJW, not a chance in hell. He looks like I just turned up the camera. You look like a boss on the camera. I want to get sunglasses.
I look pretty ridiculous.
I think you're looking kind of hot. I think they're going to agree too.
Okay. How about
Is the heat where you live causing a water shortage? Bjorn? No, it's just this room, man. It could be like 40 degrees out, and this room is like 90. It's just, I'm telling you, because it's all the insulation and stuff. Thank you for the super chat. Intro guy looks like Rich's bodyguard.
And
You
now I'm
do.
kind of ripping off Mr. Regular's look.
You do. Oh yeah, Mr. Regular from Regular
The
Car
butt
Reviews.
hat.
Intro guy, keep your glasses on. You look badass. I told you.
All right.
I grew up in the hood. No, I lived in the hood for a little while though.
What happened to my hair? It kind of fell out overnight.
Like literally.
Like, at least it lasted till my early 30s, and then it was just kind of.
Like you just had a full head of hair, and then one day it was gone.
So did you, but you were 18.
No, I actually went. It was slow for like from like no, it started like 15, and
Really?
it was slow till like 22, and then it went like you were just like full head of hair, and it was just gone. Like it was someone just snapped like a light switch went off, and your hair fell out with it.
Yeah,
The one and
pretty
only
much.
W. SJWs equals alt-right, neo-fascist supremacist. Well, if you're truly a neo-fascist supremacist, yes, of course. But, you know, intro guy, trust me, is not an SJW.
What's
Thank-
that, a social justice
Warrior, yes. Where, like, if you assume someone, you know... anyway, let's not
No.
get into it, yes. Matthew East, thank you for the super chat. Matthew East, man, I know he's trying to always be first. But thank you, Wyatt, too. Hair was too exposed. I don't mind not having hair.
Yeah, me neither.
And the irony is that I remember you were worried about losing your hair, but I think you actually look better bald than I do.
Well,
To be
thanks.
honest with you.
Yeah, I was worried for a while. Then it just, now I'm at the point where it's just, I wish it would just finish falling out.
It's just,
Be done with
it's just easier. Like, I don't want to deal with, like, shampooing my hair, and
I still shampoo my scalp, though.
I just use soap.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for, we're getting too far into this hair thing. So,
No, it's not.
gotta watch out for dandruff.
No, we are both technically not boomers. When were
No,
baby
we were
boomers
like,
born? In the 50s, right?
Right. Baby boomers, yeah, they're 50s to like 61. Then Generation X was 61 through like 79 or something like that.
We're like at the tail end of
We're
millennials.
we're exennials.
We're the. I know they came up with a new term, but before that, we were actually considered millennials. Actually, yeah, they say Zach Galifianakis. Is that you? That is true, because Zach Galifianakis lost weight, and you two do look alike.
Yeah.
Do look alike.
You get that all the time.
Life of bald badasses, you would say. Yeah, let me go jump all over that Galaxy Fold, the $2,000 phone that breaks if a mosquito farts in the same room as you. I mean, the concept is cool, but it's just not ready yet, man. And they want it to be, Yeah, I know, Matthew East. Thank you for the super chat. It's tough, though, because I got a lot of shit going on still out of here. I will eventually do that, announce them in advance. But I still got a lot of shit going on outside of here, and I can't even come close to, like, announcing even, like, a day ahead now. Are you going to get on the podcast bandwagon? I don't know if there's a bandwagon. There's been a bandwagon of podcasts now for, like, a decade. Infected by Zombies, thank you for the super chat. ABO Hiccups, I did not. Yeah, well, I said it before, with the Rich and Red podcast, I'm totally cool with Liana. We have zero issues, it's just different schedules, man. She's very busy with her own stuff. I'm very busy with my own stuff, and, you know, I mean, I'm friends with her on Facebook, like I always say. We still chat, and she's cool, but I just, you know, she's busy. If someone invites me on a podcast, I will go on it. I'm not, like... There was one time when I was a much smaller channel, like in 09, I like tried to invite myself on their show, and I'll never do that. Like, it's just, I don't know, I feel like a douche doing it. I'm friends with Blackbuster Critic on Facebook, so yeah, he's cool, man. Thoughts on Circuit City and why it closed?
How long ago was that?
God, they closed, I think it was 08 now. Was it 08 or 09? Whatever.
It's been a while.
Okay, Google. When did Circuit City close?
According to Wikipedia, on November 4th, 2008, Circuit
Thank you,
City
James.
announced
I
that it would
appreciate
close
that.
155 stores and lay off 17% of its workforce by the end of the year as a result of continuing difficulties in remaining profitable.
I thought they closed and finished closing down in 2009. I mean, there was a time, I think I said this in the last stream too, that when you went to, there was people at Circuit City making like 70 grand a year with commission. Like they were paying their mortgages, putting their kids through college. So you had a staff there that was very knowledgeable, that knew their shit because they truly enjoyed it, and it was beneficial to them to be very knowledgeable because it's how they made their living. Then all of a sudden, you know, they were getting their asses handed by Best Buy and, you know, purchasing things on the internet, you know, online shopping became big, and they were like, yeah, you know, everyone here making a comfortable salary and living and paying their mortgages, yeah, we're gonna make you at most make $13 an hour, or maybe 15 at best. So they lost a lot of their staff, because if you're going from paying your mortgage to not even be able to pay your light bill, you're not going to stay there. So that was a part of it. They didn't keep up with their competition was another part. On top of it too, and so because they couldn't, you know, they were starting to pay people like $9 an hour, you know, because if you weren't a seasoned veteran worker, you weren't making that 13 or 15. They got a bunch of college kids who were just looking to get weed money. Do you think you're going to get the same customer service there? So it was a combination of terrible mistakes that they made, both from business decisions and with their, you know, their staff, that made them implode. So, not to go on a long-winded, but I think I do everything long-winded. That's pretty good. Can we watch Intro Guy play Mortal Kombat 11? It's out now, isn't it?
That'll be a very brief.
Which is funny, because then you could play like that game where like Vladimir Putin's in a tub of water, which is like the most frustrating fucking game on the planet, and not get angry.
Get over it.
Yeah, getting over it with.
I don't know why that was. I enjoyed.
I wanted to throw the monitor through the friggin' wall. I don't know. Yeah, if it's out, maybe I'll play that tomorrow or something. Well, no. Yes, maybe tomorrow, depending on when we get back from doing stuff. Been watching them boobies since 2010, looking slim. Thank you very much. There's still boobage there, but it's getting better. James Grant, thank you for the super chat. Jedi Zack Attack too. James Grant, no problem. Thank you. Can Intro Guy do the drunk intro face? I don't know. Can you?
I don't know. I'd have to get extremely drunk, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah. An Intro Guy has been clean and sober for quite a long time now.
Mm-hmm. Because I had a thing where I couldn't keep both eyes open at the same time.
Sweet Anita played Getting Over It. You know Sweet Anita. Know your dick and make it fucking thick. He looks like a bald Agent Smith. So, yeah, I'm hearing there's a bunch of microtransactions, though, in Mortal Kombat. I know some people that played, what's that? I can't think of it right now. It's coming out for the PS4 in a couple days. And I wasn't excited for it, but I know some people that got review copies and say the game is amazing. I'm pretty excited for that. Do you think I'd become gay in prison? Who needs prison? Mortal Kombat is voice chat. Is that on the Switch? Days Gone. I couldn't think of it. I know some people who have review copies. They're like, it's a good game, which that's great, because like the gameplay I saw of it was like, but I know like the people who told me it too. Like I trust them, and I'm like, yeah, if they're saying it, I'm gonna get it. Well, I'm heard them. Joe McCain, thank you for the super chat. I heard the new Switch, the more powerful one, is delayed because they're getting some hardware bugs out of it, which that's fine, especially hardware bugs. And I know they want to add some more features to the UI. I guess because the hardware is more powerful. I'm guessing because if the system has more RAM, they're going to be able to do more stuff at the same time. Or maybe they could add more features because it has more RAM. The noise in the background is what's making us be able to stream longer. It's an air conditioner. Because this room, as an understatement, turns into a sauna. Jax's woke ending? I did not.
We're just sitting in the same position right now.
Are we? That's fine. I would pay for a Rich Joe Rogan podcast. Hey, if you ever ask me on that, I will go on. Unrelated, but are you game for Endgame? Thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure what you mean, though. Vampire, I bet you I know why they did it, though. Not saying it's right, but Vampire Rockstar. Warner Brothers manually copyright claimed the Quartering's critique of Jax's woke end for covering the female ninjas. Why do you think these companies need to pander to audiences that don't buy video games? Could it be, though, maybe they didn't want them to give away the ending? Because there's a lot of companies, it's not like a political thing. They don't want you to give away the ending. That could be it, Vampire. It may have nothing to do with politics. It may have to do with that he spoiled the ending. If he did, I didn't watch the video. Minus making my own videos, I haven't even been home to do shit or watch anything or consume any content. So, but thank you for the super chat. Bloody thank you for the super chat. I can't say your name. Sony's censoring games. Time to get my anime titties from Nintendo. What a world we live in. Yes, that's so strange, isn't it? Who would have thought back if you were like grew up in the 90s where like Nintendo was censoring everything, that we would like the roles would be revert. And when Sony came out, they were the edgy company that had the more mature stuff. Now it's Sony censoring and Nintendo allowing things that aren't the same games not being censored. It's like we live in an alternate universe. It's quite strange. Thoughts on Trump reference and MK make out world great again? I don't know. I haven't played Mortal Kombat yet. I've been so out of the loop doing stuff, real world stuff. I haven't even played the game yet. I want to get it for the Switch. But thank you, Daniel J. Yeah, I think Avengers was trying to rhyme the title. What does that mean? Okay. Let me see down here so I can understand more. Why is this not listening to me? Listen to me. Oh, Avengers Endgame. I haven't watched a movie in ages, man. That's what happens when you become an adult. We've been setting up this office here, getting stuff out of the old office. We were going to stream more, we just haven't had the time. I heard they censored asses in games. In games. I heard they censored asses in games. I heard they censored asses in Mortal Kombat.
How do they censor asses?
By covering them, not showing cheeks. There's no cheeks.
No cheeks allowed.
No cheeks allowed.
That's pretty funny.
Because, in 2019, admiring the female anatomy is now forbidden. Rowdy Neil, thank you for the super chat. Because if a game has a rating on it, then you should know what to expect in it. They're all covered head to toe. Cam, told you about Spawn Wave a while back and stream. Hope you love your content, man. Keep it up. Be awesome podcast of you and Joe. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We'll see. If it happens, great. If not, no big deal. Mr. Mando 369, thank you for the super chat. Is intro guy gay? He is not gay.
That would be a negative.
Except for me. Well, Yang finally did a video on it. Yeah, there is a reason why there is a rating system for. It's like the same. I don't understand why there's this double standard with games and movies. Why does no one make a shit about movies? Okay, there's a rating system. If your movie's rated R, you may Desiree looking like a snack. Rich, actually, I heard I was looking like a whole meal. If there's a rating system in a movie, if a movie's rated R, there may be a titty in it. If a game is rated M for mature, there may be a titty in it. Like, why the difference? Like, could we stop this imaginary world where we still think games are for 7-year-olds and creepy old men? I mean, I know I'm a creepy old man, but Mirando, thank you for the super chat. Katsumi Liquor, I love intro guy. He loves you too. Thank you for the super chat. Chrono Saturn, will there be faster SSDs fast? Will there be faster SSDs faster than the PS5 stock SSD? Well, they're saying that their hard drive tech in there is faster than anything on the market. I don't know if I believe. I don't know. That's what they're saying. Intro guy is the Terminator that came back to stop the SJW revolution. I wish that was true. Rich, there may be a titty in it, USA. Well, what I'm hearing about MK11 is that there's way too many microtransactions. It's impeding on the game. I'm hoping all these games get nailed to the cross for their ridiculous amount of microtransactions. Kind of makes the whole industry just take a step back. But again, if the numbers, again, what was, I keep on in 2018 or 2017, Activision made over half of their revenue from microtransactions. So there's that. They're not going to stop if people keep buying them. Rich looking like a death row last meal. Bloody is, if you buy an R-rated game for your kid and complain about the violence, it's like buying your kid porn and complaining about the titties. It's true. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for, that's like the best analogy you could have given. It's like buying your kid a YouPorn subscription and being mad that there's porn on YouPorn. Of course there's going to be porn. He's watching porn. But there's still that stigma that it's children's. That's children's. Yeah, that's good grammar. That children are the only ones that play games, and that's why there's this like overzealous attitude towards protecting the kids.
Somebody please think of the children.
Flucus X77, thank you for the super chat. Rich, copyright claim on the cucumber. Thank you. Well, EA, I heard, I was funny, something popped up right on my screen because I have like where you allow certain websites to give you pop-ups. That their stock is tanking because people stop giving a shit about Apex Legends, which I hear is a good game. So I'm kind of surprised, but I guess once the big celebrities stop talking about it. I only have TCL 4K. I have a TCL 4K TV. I think for the price is the key word. Okay, for the price, the TCL 4K TV is fantastic. Obviously, if you compare it to like a high-end Samsung, it's going to get the floor. But I have a 50-inch. I have a 43-inch and a 50-inch. The same exact 4K TV, just different sizes that have Roku built in. And it's nice. You have your YouTube app, Hulu, Netflix, and the pictures. They support HDR too. I mean, it's not gonna look like OLED, but it's nice for the price. So, and I had a LG for a while, and it was nice. It would look good, but it wasn't like a mind-blowing difference. No, it wasn't like $3,000. It was like $2,500 more than the TCL, and I'm like, TCL looks pretty damn good, especially for $2,500 less. So thank you, Roddy Neal. And I know the TCL TVs are not the best TVs on the planet, and I know many people are going to bring up the flaws of them, and you're right. But for the price, I like them. Daniel J. Will next-gen games cost more money? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Because the higher resolution the textures, the more, artists are going to have to make those higher resolution textures, which take more time and more production value, and we'll see. So thank you, Daniel J. Tactical Banana, will you tickle my cucumber, Rich? I will refrain from that answer. If you have an actual cucumber at a...
Where is your cucumber nowadays?
It's probably up my ass. I don't know, where the hell did my cucumber go? Maybe it is actually up my ass. It was in here the other day. Well, I heard like the DLC for Apex Legends was underwhelming. I heard it's not being supported the way people want. I'm sure. Grisworld, I'll answer that question. Why is Sony talking about 8K? Thank you for the super chat. By the way, can we at least maintain 60 FPS before another res upgrade? They're not. Here is the thing. The PS5, you can have the newest Titan right now from NVIDIA. You're not playing games in native 8K comfortably. Okay? The PS4 is just going to upres, or upsample, like 4K and whatever other resolutions. Because let's face it, man, a few years down the line, when engines become even more demanding, they're probably going to start having games run at native resolutions like 1440p again. What they're doing, though, is that, so if you buy one of those nice new shiny Samsung 8K TVs, they're going to upres the games from 1440p to 8K. They're not going to be rendered natively in 4K, because then the console would have to cost $3,000, okay? They're just saying that it could upscale. It can output in 8K. Rendering and outputting are two totally different things. Totally different things. Now, if Mark Cerny said that, okay, for $500 you're going to have a console that renders games in native 8K, I would laugh in his face, because I even know that the hardware at that price point just doesn't exist yet, anywhere near it. So thank you, Griswold, for the super chat. Rowdy Neal, Sony announced their 98-inch 8K for 2019. It's going to retail for $70,000. I'm going to buy two. I'm gonna hang one for my neck like a necklace. 70,000. Well, that's always what happened. I remember back in like 2002 when I worked at Best Buy. I actually got a job. I was at college, but on my Christmas break I worked there. They had a Pioneer. It was like the first 1080i 4K, not 4K. It was the first 1080 high def TV they had that was a plasma, and it was funny. It was 30 grand, 20 grand or 30 grand, whatever, somewhere. I don't want to exaggerate, but it was a lot of money, like around there. And it had a box that was like this big, a cube that did all the processing of the picture you had to have outside of it, and it was like 20 or 30 grand. And it wasn't even 1080p. It was not even 1080p. It was only 1080i. So the tech will come down. So, then now you can get a 1080p TV for $40. You could buy one literally at some gas stations, like the big 7-Elevens or like the big bodegas have like no-name brand knockoff 1080p TVs. So, and when 4K first dropped too, 4K was what? Like 20, 30 grand if you wanted to get a big one. I said a big one. So thank you, Rowdy Neal, for the super chat. Yeah, man, they all start off expensive. And the thing was, you had to have this like processor box outside of the TVs. Imagine having like this big box then the TV. And I think it was a plasma too. And the friggin' plasmas cooked themselves. Yeah, I've been working at Best Buy for 3 years. Yeah, I worked there just over a holiday break. Like I said, when I was in college. It was fun, actually, though. I used to... Best Buy used to have, and part of the reason they stopped it because what me and my friend did, they used to have a paging system. And what happened was you could say, Bob, please meet me in high-def TVs for customer assistance. So you would say the message, hang up, and then like 30 seconds later, it would go over the loudspeakers. So what me and my friend Sean would do, because you would never get caught, and for some reason never got caught on camera either. I don't know how we did that. We would pick up and go, Bob, please meet me at the front register for hot anal. And hang up and just walk away casually. And all of a sudden, 30 seconds later, Bob, please meet you at the front register for hot anal. And everyone would be like, wait, what? Or then, like, if you really wanted to freak people out, you'd pick up and you'd be like, hang up, walk away, make sure that no one was around so no one could pick up that happened. And you would just walk away, and all of a sudden, 30 seconds later, you would hear, and everyone would be like, what the hell just happened? And we never got caught. I never got written up. We never got caught. But because of that, though, they actually stopped that delayed paging system. They don't have it anymore. That was fun. That was a fun time. How many jobs have I had? When I was young, I had a lot. Because I used to get bored.
Fired.
No, I got left. The only one I got fired from was I worked at for like a month. I worked at a car wash during the dead of winter. And it was fun, but the only thing I'll defend myself with was I was sick. I had the fucking flu. I was real sick. And like I was still shitting. I don't know why I'm saying all this,
so
but anyway.
You decided to go wash your car.
Even though I was sick, I was
at the car
sick.
wash.
I still going to go wash my car sick.
That was so dumb.
It was. I was an idiot. I was 19 at the time. I was a dumbass. But yeah, but no, yeah, that was. I had a lot. I would like when I was in college and stuff. I went through like a billion jobs because I would just get bored because I was a dumbass. And I worked at a place called Filene's too, and it was funny. I got in trouble there. That job I got fired from too. Actually, that was the second job. There was the two jobs I actually got fired from. I got fired. I didn't get fired from any other job. Did I? No. No, I haven't got fired. Filene's I got fired from because they were stupid asses. There was a time when you worked at Filene's that if you worked in the shoe section, there were commissioned shoe sales guys there that made decent money. But when they were sick, which was all the time, because the guy who worked there, even though he made good money, he was a lazy shit. Mm-hmm. Troy. Wonder what happened to Troy. He always had the newest gadgets too. Like he would not pay his rent to buy like $1,000 phone. But anyway,
like a flip phone or something. They probably didn't even exist back then.
Well, I remember he was all excited because he could remember when you had to use the dial pad to text. He was all excited that you could do. Like he bought the super fucking expensive phone that you could do that with. Anyway, though, I didn't know shit about. You had to be trained in the shoes. I didn't know shit about the shoes. They're like, "Hey, you have a pulse. Go sell shoes." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And going in the back room was like a labyrinth to find the shoes. Okay, so I couldn't find the fucking shoes for the life of me. And they were all disorganized because they all had their own weird system back there. The commission shoe sales guys. So I couldn't find this pair of shoes. They always put me I could never find the goddamn shoes.
Pull an Al Bundy or something.
What did Al Bundy do?
Used to insult the customers all the time.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course I did that because I was a prick. But this one lady was being straight up from the get-go, she was being a bitch. Okay? And there was 3 of the customers excuse me, sir, I need help. But I actually did address her before, too. I was pleasant with her. But she just kept nastier, nastier, nastier. I was one person there with like 5 people waiting for shoes. And she went again and like interrupted me helping someone else. And I was like, look, I said, there's other people ahead of you. You have to wait your turn to get help. Okay? And she was like, I'm just leaving it. What's your name? I said, my name is Fred. What the fuck are you going to do? Tell my manager? And she ended up being a secret shopper. Did tell my manager. It was funny. I went away. I actually took acting classes in UCLA for this place called TVI Studios. And I was on call at Filene's. Like, I could call in whenever I want to and get hours, which was all the time because they always had hours. And I remember I went to California for 2 weeks, took those classes, and I came back, and this woman named Joan was there. She was like the HR woman who always gave hours. And she would always be like, hello, lovey, we got hours for you, love. She had like fire red hair, too. I don't remember that. She was like an older woman. And usually I would go in there. She's like, oh, yeah, we got plenty of hours, love. And this time I go in there, and she was like, hold on 1 second. I'm going to get the... There was this guy named Peter who looked like... He looked like the Penguin from Batman Returns. Except he actually had like... He had Elvis's hair, but looked like the Penguin from Batman Returns. And he goes to me, and he talked like this too. He's like, all right, come here 1 second, Richard. We have to discuss something. So we went into the room. I went into the room with the Penguin. And he sat down. He's like, Rich, do you know this woman here? And I remembered her. I don't remember the name now, but I remember the name. And I'm like, oh, fuck. She was a secret shopper, wasn't she? It's like, yeah, Rich, we can't tolerate that. So we can't have you here anymore. So those were the 2 jobs when I was a kid that I was fired from. And that was it. Those were the two places where I got canned, but other jobs I have not been fired from.
I think I worked at not Macy's then.
You worked at Filene's for
like 2 days.
Yeah, you worked there with Bill. We won't say his last name for privacy reasons.
I don't even remember what I did there. But
I don't think you did.
I just kind of walked around and looked like I tried to look busy.
with Bill, who used to go, ah.
I didn't like it very much, and I didn't understand the whole concept of on call. I thought they were going to call me. But I'm like, well, what? I guess I'm fired or something. But then,
no, you had to call them.
Nobody's calling me.
You had to call them.
I didn't care enough to call them back or walk in and say, hey, can I work or something? I just kind of let it go.
Hey, see, yeah, because you could have worked. Like, there were times if I really wanted money, I would work like 40 hours a week there.
Yeah.
And if I didn't want to work, I just wouldn't call them. I mean, I worked a lot, but I didn't call them. But yeah, that was. I actually liked working there because there was always really, 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 really hot women that worked there, and just walked around the mall too. So it was like, it was great. That was one thing that was nice about it. No, the job was terrible though. I would working at I don't mind working retail. I don't like working a retail clothes store.
Yeah.
Like, it just folding shirts for like 10 hours. No, thank you. Yeah, no, thank you.
I hate folding clothes.
The secret shoppers, man. Secret shoppers. But she was like, I've actually gotten a lot of good reports from secret shoppers. But I don't remember her name, obviously, but and prior name was fake anyway. But she was a bitch. I mean, there were other people ahead of her. They had me in a section I knew nothing about because you were supposed to be trained in it. And she was like, wanted me to like...
She like entrapped you.
That's exactly what she did. They probably were like, okay,
be the biggest bitch you could possibly be,
yes,
and push every one of his buttons, and
And they want to see because they wanted to see if you would crack.
Yeah.
They probably said, okay, we want you to be an unruly customer. Obviously, not to the point of like fighting like physical, but we want you to be an unruly customer to see how employees would handle it. Because I know they have scenarios when they do those. Mm-hmm. So she probably did that. Really took her job serious and metaphorically got me pounded in the ass. So, what do I use for battery backup? Cucumbers for all. Desiree coming through with the cucumbers. What's your thoughts on McJuggerNugget's story? I don't know, in its Storyfire app? Another YouTube competitor we need to stop. I'm using APC battery backups. Rich went in the other room with the Penguin for hot anal on Wi-Fi.
That's what I was.
He did though, man. He had like Elvis's he had a full head of hair, Like he didn't look like, but he looked like he had the physique of the Penguin. His face kind of looked like the Penguin, except tan. He was tan, and he was a really, really heavy set guy. Like when I was at my fattest, he was probably like almost double me, like 1.5 me. And he had a voice just like this. He had a really high voice for a really big, heavy set guy. It was very strange. I feel bad though, because I really didn't give a shit about that job. In case you couldn't tell. And I had a manager, Anthony. Again, I'm not going to use any last names. It's funny. I was actually in. Now it's Macy's the other day. I got some clothes there, and I saw him there. Anthony was a good guy. He put up with my shit because I would have fired me 13 times over there. I was such an asshole. Oh my god, to be a teenager again. Can I pee loudly on stream again? Unfortunately, now with this, especially with the air on and how this setup is, you wouldn't hear me urinate. Unless I actually brought the mic in the bathroom with me, which that would be odd. Elvis and Penguin, what a combination. That job did have its fun sides, though. Like I said, there were, like, gorgeous women everywhere. Both employees and, like, people just from the mall. Why do horses run on courses? You gotta ask Matt Scullin's luscious sources. So, yeah.
Let me check my sources on that.
Horses. So, what a weird... I remember I did that Christmas Eve 2014. Intro guys, yeah, well, admittedly, in his defense, I got the bright lights on right now. And that's why he's wearing the shades.
And the hat just kind of blocks it a little.
My new diet is not eating shit. I know that sounds like... I mean... For example, there's these things called cocoa. I don't even know what they don't even have a name. They're just cocoa. Those things we use for bread instead. And they have 16 calories in like a slice. They're like these crunchy things. And what I did is I put my turkey burger in there, and instead of using bread, I use that. So it's 32 calories instead of having a ton of carbs and 150 calories for bread. I used that, and I had some hot sauce, and I had a bunch of vegetables tonight. I had salad, I had grilled vegetables, and I don't have potatoes, I don't have, so it's not that I'm staying away from carbs, because that's not good to do either, but my carbs are minimal, and I just eat very balanced, man. This is intro guy. The only thing I drink is water and seltzer. I have coffee, but I don't have shit in my coffee. My coffee will make me shit, but I don't have shit in my coffee. So that's really it. I'm doing good with what I'm on, man.
Keto, is that like...
Keto's where you just like, have a meat salad with a side of meat.
And a heart attack for dinner. It just doesn't seem...
Let's not go into keto. There's many people that are like in love with keto. If keto's working for you, it's great. I'm not doing keto. I'm doing good. I don't know if I'll hit below the 300 mark by the end of April, but we'll see though. There's still 7 days left. Just bro, sorry I'm late to the chat. Rich, love me. You were loved, just bro. God, remember everyone was on the Atkins diet, like hanging from that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't
remember what it was.
Well, on Easter I had a cheat day. That was it. But let me tell you, man, I almost regret it. Not because I ate one day, whoop-de-doo, but I felt like I was hungover the next day. That sucked. I felt like shit. I was like, this ain't worth it, man. I'd rather just eat healthy. Like, the only thing I'm cheating is myself. There's a bacon diet? I believe it. Do you think you should change your name for channel to Review Tech? Why? Fun fact, Atkins died from his own diet. I thought he fell in his driveway or something.
I think he fell.
I don't think, he didn't die from his diet. He fell and, like, cracked his head or something, I think.
Yeah, wasted all that time eating nice, eating just right, and then slipped and fell.
Yeah, what a way to go. How can you become as sexy as me? A lot of cucumbers. EPI Tech, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Well, actually, I'm reviewing the Mega SG. I actually had to buy a Sega CD. $200 goddamn Sega CD. I had to make sure it was working. Had to buy that. So that's coming up. I got a computer that I feel so bad. There's this guy who sent me a Castlevania 3 themed high-end gaming PC that he wanted me to promote his work, which I want to do. Ron, I'm going to do it. He sent it back in February. There's a problem though with one of the because it's a custom cooled gaming PC, and the GPU side of the water pump is not pumping water. I let it flush. We put the water in. I let it run for a few hours, try to get the air out. It's not working. We're trying to figure out what it is, but the problem is that he's from the other side of the world. I'm from here, so to try to coordinate, and there's been so much other stuff going on. I've been sitting on the thing for a couple months. I want to do it. I want to do this PC. I want to get it fixed, but I have a feeling, unfortunately, I'm going to have to send it back to him. We're going to try one more thing, and maybe it'll make it work, but I don't know. I don't think so. But the Mega SG review will definitely be coming before that, because I just got to record gameplay footage, and I know all the features, what I like about it, which is virtually everything, what I don't like about it, which is virtually nothing. However, one interesting thing, I was sent a review unit. The power supply that came with it died. My father, who's an electrical engineer, actually fixed it. He had to crack it open and fix it. The choke that filters the electricity that goes into it actually bit the farm in there. So, I mean, it's no big deal. There's a billion. It runs on USB power. If you have something that's so long as the output of the power supply you use with the Mega SG is 5 volts, preferably 2.5 amps, you should be fine. I even run it with the output of the power supply. It was just 5 volts, 1 amp, and it ran okay. Voltage is the most important. Amperage, if the amperage is too low, it just won't run. If he has the wrong output voltage, the power supply, that's what's dangerous. That could fry it. Like if you had a power supply that the output voltage was 6 volts, and you try to plug that into the Mega SG, that would fry it. But amperage, if it's just too low, it just won't turn on and won't cause any damage. To the stream, I love you too, Rich. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, just bro. Don't have to apologize for being late to the stream, man. You do not have to apologize for being late. Why did my mouse die? Why did my mouse die? That is not good. Oh, I think my battery's died. Uh-oh. Yep, battery died. Do I have new batteries here? Hold on, guys. Oh, crap. Does this charge? Oh, it charges. Hold on. Luckily, I have a backup mouse and keyboard here. Alright. Hold on, kids. Alright. Turn that on. There we go, there we go, there we go. Intro guy's coming back. He just went to the boys' room. Nah, it's fine. It just, I forgot that I haven't charged this keyboard. But I love this. This is like my favorite Logitech keyboard too. And I haven't charged this thing like in a year. I think I've charged it once the entire year and a half I've had it. Who the hell has a guy who's a nerd on the internet? That's who has one. I got it right here. Chris Amass, I am under 200 pounds, currently 194 and dropping, man. I'm going to be so, I mean, I know a lot of people are like, Rich, if you're 298 pounds, you're still a fat fuck. Yes, you're right. I totally agree with you. And I am going to continue being as disciplined to lose weight even after I hit that like 298 or 299 mark. But just to be under 300 pounds, for me, oh, thank you, Jesus. I was thinking about Seltzer too. Will be huge. I can't remember the last time. It had to be like in the early 2000s that I was under 300 pounds. So, yeah, I got this. It was on Amazon Day. Anyway, I know I'm changing subjects all over. I got this on when Amazon had Prime Day or whatever. I got this for like 70% off. This Logitech mouse and keyboard. It's awesome too. So congratulations, Chris, man. That's a huge... What if I hit under 200 pounds, I will shit. That's to be the first thing I do is shit. Like, if I jump on a scale and I'm like 198, I'm just going to shit right there.
I just got under 200 pounds pretty recently myself.
Your diet's been saintly.
Yeah, my diet's been
real
ridiculous.
Good. So congratulations, Chris. That's a huge accomplishment, man. I can't wait to reach there too. Adam S. Why can't physical games stick around if physical movies and songs are still around in the age of streaming? But they're not as prevalent as they were, and their days are numbered as well. You know, they're still here, but who's really going to buy DVDs and Blu-rays? Even though I did just buy the Big Lebowski Blu-ray.
Yep.
Because it was on sale for like half price, and
like,
it's 4K and H. We got to watch that still.
Yeah, like some of my favorite movies and stuff like that, CDs or albums, I just want to have a physical copy of them.
I do that too. Even with games, I do that. You know, it's just, unfortunately though, it's the majority that always dictates the minority's choices. You get what I mean? So, you know, hopefully, I'm hoping that there'll always be like that niche for all formats, not just gaming, but whether it be video games or vinyl or whatever the case, or movies, that there'll be just enough of a demand where they still will make some physical copies. I would love that, but we'll have to wait and see. I love physical to a degree. I mean, I do admit, like with my Switch, which I have like 7 games that I bought that I haven't even touched, which pisses me off. I need more time in my life. I buy all my games digital because it's just easier. You know what I mean? Especially with a portable console like that, you know, it's just easier to have them all right on the system instead of having a little bunch of cartridges hanging around. But I still love, there's still something magical about physical media. Yes.
Here come the belches.
I'm warning you now. There's going to be a lot of burping. I can't with Seltzer hold them back.
Careful if you're wearing headphones.
Because with Seltzer, I just can't. I can't hold it. Because it'll like hurt if I do. What headphones would you recommend for different uses? Oof. I am out of the headphone loop. I mean, I use the Audiophile Bluetooth ones where it has the harness that goes around your neck and then it has the earbuds. They're actually really comfortable. Usually I despise earbuds, but these actually are really comfortable. But in terms of like the cost ones that I keep talking about, I don't remember what the hell they are now, but they're like $14 on Amazon. They still have they have like better sound than like $100 Bluetooth headphones. I'll look them up for you in a minute. Actually, I'll look them up on my phone. Kate and Lisa, so thank you for the super chat. LMAO, I'll get back to you. Kate and Lisa, if you're rich, if you get to 1 million subs by the end of 2019, then I want you to take a bite out of your cucumber. Also, you should go fishing and use that as bait. I'm not going to hit 1 million by the end of 2019, but I may get close. Let me see. Costs. Headphones. I know their costs. I know their headphones. No, not those. Here they are. Wow, they're even. No, that's not them either. Here they are. Costs. They're the Koss KTX Pro 1s. They're actually $14.40 on some shady site that I have no idea what there they are. Hold on. On Amazon. KTX. Here we go. Yeah, you can get them for $18.89 on Amazon, and they're phenomenal. They have 4 stars with over 1,700 ratings. They may be a little flimsy, but their sound quality is like they're $18, and I've used like $150 Bluetooth headphones, and they blow them away. They're not Bluetooth, obviously, but they're phenomenal. So if you want something cheap with amazing sound quality, I would get the Cost KTX Pro ones. Kate and Lisa, I want to thank you for the super chat too, and I laughed my ass off. Thank you for the super chat. Cloud server gets wiped. Advantages of cartridges. Well, here's the thing though. When you buy the games, a lot of times when you buy a game, whether it's a physical copy, you're not getting the full game on there. Especially on the Switch now. There's a lot of times you straight up just have to still download half the friggin' game. So even if you have a physical copy, and they say like the cloud servers go down, you're not gonna be able to get the patches and the updates. You're just gonna have a broken game. So buying a physical copy is still kind of like, it's not really gonna save you anything in terms of like preserving. So thank you, Joe, for the super chat. Tazira Zam, thank you for the super chat. Do you think it's worth buying a Switch this late to the life cycle with all the rumors and such? Hope you hit 1 mil soon. You deserve it, bro. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't think they're just... I mean, it's only been in 2020, early March 2020, it'll only be 3 years since they launched the Switch. It's not like it's been 7 years. So I'd say I would still go for a Switch. It's not, I wouldn't, because who knows with the Switch Pro. The Switch Pro may not be a huge step up, and you know what I mean? It may just be they have more RAM or just a nicer screen. We have to wait and see what happens. But there's so many good games for the Switch now, you won't be wasting your money. So thank you, Tazir, for the super chat. Have a good night, Cole. No, not Cole. Prem, Neg, Ready. Have a good night. The smaller Switch I thought was coming in the fall. That'll be cool. I want to get one just to toy with it and see what happens. See what they do with it. I was playing Revenge of Shinobi last night in the Mega SG. It looks great on a big screen on the Mega SG, man. Adam S. Something about digital bothers me. Like with Batman vs. Superman, they went back and edited the colors to match Justice League. Small, but still bugs me. Now, I get what you're saying, because when you... They could just add patches and stuff to update the game. But if you buy a physical copy too, like if you buy a physical copy of the game, they could still add a patch or an update to it that screws with it. Now, I guess you could say, well, Rich, I don't have to apply that update, and I could just play the game like physically off of the Blu-ray or the cartridge. And you could say, like, Rich, if I buy a movie physically, I don't have to deal with the updates. But it's still, just because you have a physical copy in 2019 doesn't mean you have the whole product anymore. I get what you're saying, though, Adam S. It's a good point. Can you pull out the cucumber? I don't know what the hell happens. You ran over the cucumber the other day. It remained intact.
I put it in a stupid place.
You put it in a stupid place?
No, it was in...
Spread your ass.
not that stupid. But, I stuck it in the vacuum. Like...
Did you?
The big vacuum had like this handle, and I was like, bloop.
It is what it is.
So it's not here.
The cucumber is missing. It's MIA. We got to find it. Well, I'll have to order a new cucumber. So thank you, Brendan, for the super chat. Griswold, there was a rumor that the Switch Pro will actually be a next gen to keep up with the other consoles. I believe it. I believe that too. But I'm saying, who knows? Like, I wouldn't not buy a Switch now with how many great games are out, waiting for the next system. But I believe they're going to come out with that, because that's what makes this Switch appealing now, is that it's just powerful enough that it could have the Dooms and the Doom Eternals and the Mortal Kombats and stuff like that. You know, and I know they want to keep the system in the realm of the next-gen consoles so they can continue to keep that going. I've talked about that probably 6,000 times in my videos. Thank you, Griswold, for the super chat, but I believe that's why they would come out with the new Switch. Hey, Rich, buy yourself a coffee or a cucumber.
No thanks.
Kane Lofton, thank you for the super chat. Griswold, again, thank you. Just bro, can you explain ray tracing? And you skipped my last. Did I? Rage. Did I skip your last? Just bro. Where you at? Can you explain ray tracing? Also, Switch Pro versus Gen 9. I can't compare Switch Pro to next gen consoles yet. I don't know the specs yet. The specs are all just they're very vague speculation. We have no idea what tech they're putting in there. Ray tracing is the best way I could put it in super layman's terms, because I don't even really know the exact words to explain it, is a more accurate representation of how real world light works. It's a more accurate representation in the digital world, like how reflections would work from an explosion and how light from the sun would work. That's the big thing about ray tracing. It's a more accurate representation of how light interacts with objects. Very dumbed down version, but that's the best way I could describe it. So thank you, Just Bro, for the super chat, and sorry for skipping the other one. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, Doom Eternal is going to be fun. Who's ready for Adam? Rich, do a shout out for Rambo 5. Doom Eternal. When does Doom Eternal come out? Is there a date for it yet?
You're asking me?
No, I'm definitely not asking you. Yeah, intro guy is so hyped for Doom Eternal. Yeah, those KT. I'm looking at the headphones again, man. Those KT Pros are amazing for the price, man.
Really?
Yep. It's only gonna be 60. It's gonna be cold tomorrow, man. It's gonna be real cold. At least here. Yes. Please install now. Anyway. It ain't gonna be 4K. It may be 4K where it'll be like, for a random guy, it'll be 4K where you could stream like Netflix in 4K. Or it'll be 4K where a 1080p game will be upscaled to 4K. But it's not gonna render games natively in 4K. They're not gonna have, it just won't have the horsepower in it. It would be, imagine having a hybrid Switch that could render games in 4K. That would be insane.
I'd like to play some new baseball games. By new, I mean the last 20 years. I mean, I haven't played
like on a console, you mean?
or anything. I just
Oh God, maybe we'll pick up the show tomorrow.
I want to try some baseball games.
Okay, we're gonna pick up the show tomorrow. Maybe we'll have intro guy this week stream.
I'm not a big gamer, but I used to like baseball.
Oh God, you'll love the new ones now. Are like you're on the friggin' field, especially the MLB the Show for the
Really?
PS4. Oh God, my day was busy. I'll keep Review Tech USA Tanuki. I'm not moving to another country, at least anytime. So yeah, I'm gonna get him MLB the Show. I know you'll like. I just know you'll like that. That'll be.
Well, what system? What do you play it on?
PS4,
Really?
PlayStation 4, yeah.
I haven't had a system since
The N64.
64. Yeah.
I literally think this. You had a play. Your mom got you a
She got me a
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Did you ever even play that? I think you just gave it to Mike.
I gave it to Mike. Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed to say that. But
It was
wasn't
fun.
my thing.
You should stream with Kyle Kalinske. He's also. We love seltzer, man, because it's water with bubbles. It's healthy for you. This was like watching a gay couple talk about video games.
The ambiguously gay duo. What was that from?
I don't know
Saturday
what it.
Night
That
Live?
was some. Yeah, I think it was from Saturday Night Live. I think.
I don't know.
No, I didn't completely move to digital. I still buy stuff physical from time to time. No, ray tracing isn't black. It was funny. There was a video from Digital Foundry talking about how blast processing was real, but I don't think the marketing terminology they tried in the video was the same. They were talking about a glitch in, I think, either the Motorola 68000 or the picture processing unit of the Genesis, that it could do a bunch of stuff, display more colors than it was meant to. But what they were talking about with blast processing with the Sega Genesis, they were talking about how the Motorola 68000 was a faster CPU than was inside a Super Nintendo, which was true. So it could handle more. It could handle more sprites, and there was less slowdown. Because if you remember with the SNES, when there was a bunch of action on screen, that thing would slow to a crawl. But the Super Nintendo had a better sound chip, and it could display more colors on the screen, and also the PPU inside of the Super Nintendo could also display transparency, where like if you were Simon Belmont in Super Castlevania 4 walking through a waterfall, you could see Simon Belmont behind the water. The trick they used with the Sega Genesis couldn't do that. The Sega Genesis, I'm getting super nerdy right now. I think Intro Guy's going to fall asleep or drink seltzer and burp, one of the two. With the Sega Genesis, how they emulated transparency effects, they actually, there you go. They actually took advantage of. I'll take another seltzer too, by the way, if you don't mind. What they did was they took advantage of the low resolution of they took advantage of how composite was blurry, composite video was blurry, and the low resolution of the televisions. So say Sonic the Hedgehog tried to go behind a waterfall, it almost looked like there was a transparency effect in the Sega Genesis, even though the hardware technically couldn't handle it, because what they do is the dithering, where basically if you looked at it, if you look at say you play Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega SG, it almost looks like, it looks like every other dot there's blue water. Like there's a dot, they skip a dot, there's a dot, they skip a dot. So it almost looks like a mesh, kind of. But when you looked at it on an old TV via composite or RF, it actually looked like the waterfall was see-through, because it would just mesh together. It would just blend together. So, they both had their strong points. The processor definitely was faster in the Genesis, but it had a much more limited color palette. Super Nintendo had a much better picture processing unit with transparency effects and could display more colors, but the processor was slower, and the sound quality was better on the Super Nintendo.
Do you think we'll actually stream the show?
What show?
The game.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
if you want to.
I'm up for it, yeah.
Intro Guy not only wants to play a PS4 game,
somebody asked.
He wants to stream it.
Somebody asked about it. I'm like,
who?
Hey,
yeah.
Vince, I think it was Vince. Pete.
The fan is pretty loud. I thought you guys said it was okay. Free super chat from YouTube. Yay, money. Thank you, Gio. I appreciate that, man. So, yeah, that was, if I do believe correctly, too, and this I'm just totally pulling out of my ass, too, but it was surprising, but even the Sega Saturn wasn't capable of transparency effects. They actually had to do the dithering. And I think, how I know that's true? I think I'm pretty right on that one. Because I'm such an idiot that I sold this when I was a teenager. But me, shocking, I sell something. Because I'm the most impulsive idiot on the planet. I had a Sega Saturn, new, mint. I had the cartridge that let you play import games. I had the imported version of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which I know is technically inferior to the PlayStation version, but what a collector's item. But I remember playing that, and when you went through water, it also had the same dithering effect, because I don't think the Saturn could natively handle transparency effects either. Kind of strange for their fifth generation. I think it was fifth generation system not be able to do that. Oh, don't tell me that. So, Joe, thank you for the super sal. Would love to stream with Kyle Kalinske. Did you hear the Black Widow spider is making its way up north? They even found some in Quebec and Ontario. Well, time to move to the Arctic.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Those things. Are you thinking the same thing I was thinking?
Yeah.
It wasn't a Black Widow. I know what they look like. That was no Black Widow. Well, you know why? Because climate change. It's warmer. It's warmer longer now up north. That's why. Well, thank you for making me shit myself, Adam S. I appreciate the super chat. They found him in content. Obviously, they're here. Then they're in Ontario. We're south of them.
Yeah.
Those things are scary looking spiders, man.
I don't know what they look like.
They basically they have the big asses, like their ass almost looks like a marble.
Although
and
they
it has
have
the red marks on
the
it.
red hourglass sort of thing.
So Gio, thank you for the super chat. Adam, thank you for making me scared shitless. Mr. Smiles Camp, does it make sense to just have a phone, obviously, and a gaming desktop, rather than another combination of devices? You get whatever combination. Not really just giving a generic answer. You get a combination of devices you think will best suit you. I mean, you're not going to get the same gaming experience on a phone, no matter how powerful it is. You know what I mean? That you would get on a Switch or, you know, a home console. Some damn good seltzer.
Caddyshack.
Yeah, I still use MSI headset. I have 3 of them. I like them so much. I even have one new in the box still because I love the headset. For that headset for the price is phenomenal. I don't know if they still sell it, but I hope they do. One day, no consoles will exist, only streaming services. Unfortunately, I think you're right. I'm afraid to say your name because people may think I'm messing it up. Can we do a seltzer chug contest? Because I'll just be burping and not talking the rest of the night.
Yeah, let's try to shotgun a seltzer.
I remember when gaming laptops were huge overheating bricks. I mean, like 4 years ago. No, actually, I would say like gaming laptops became, I would say in like late 2015, 2016, way more practical. Because that's when they started getting the fabrication process of the chips small enough where they ran cool enough to be practical. The problem is now is even though the chips are getting smaller and cooler, they're trying to make the laptops too thin even for these smaller, cooler chips. So you have these like monstrous processors that if they were just a little bit thicker would run fine in them, but they're like the size of a tablet and they're trying to run a 6-core like i9 or whatever in it. And they throttle and they don't cool properly. Yeah, I watch Secular Talk all the time. I watch them all the time. So thank you, Cobra. Do appreciate that. Yes, I watch his YouTube channel all the time.
I haven't seen it. I'll check it out. Don't think
It's a
I've heard
political
of it.
channel. It's not
Yeah.
tech. Who would win in a fight, me or intro guy? I don't know, because I have my largeness and he has his beard, so.
I could probably run a little faster.
Black Widows prefer cool, moist environments. So why the hell are they coming up here?
It's pretty moist up in these parts.
It's true, but it's always been moist up here, so.
See how many times we can say the word moist in the next 10 seconds.
Oh, I'm gonna burp soon. Ugh. We met back in grammar school, back in like 1990.
grade.
1990. Rich is very moist. Indeed I am. I'm just a walking thing of... It's funny, and this air conditioner is still pumping out, like, it's the thermostat's on 72. That just shows you how warm this room stays, because 72 is like a normal temperature to keep an air conditioner at, and it's still, the compressor's on. That just shows you how hot this room would be if we didn't have that on.
It's a pretty warm day.
And moist. Moist.
Yeah, we met. That shows how old we are, man. We met in 1990. This guy was born in 1990. I'm making your workout far more tolerable. Yeah, man. You know, it's funny. People in 1990 are turning 30.
Yeah, that
We're fucking old.
I remember New Year's Eve, 1990. Like, wow, shit, it's the 90s.
Yeah, I remember thinking, wow, it's crazy.
We're in the Clark or something.
Yeah, we're in the future. God, someone born in 1990, so it's 2008 be 10. So someone born in 1998 is going to be 21 soon. Or maybe they are 21.
Yep. Fucking A.
Old as shit. Oh, wow, you're drinking grapefruit seltzer.
It's the only one left
No, we got to have other seltzer.
in the garage.
Oh, yeah, in the garage, I was going to say. Yes, that is an iPad Pro. What do we have to do for it, Rich? And Kyle's stream? I don't know. He's a busy dude too, man. And I'm a busy dude. That's really the thing. There's plenty of people I would love to collab with, but it's not even about the that we don't want to. It's just that schedules are crazy. I mean, I'm glad the laptops aren't like thick, super thick like they used to be, but they don't need to make them like. I don't care about it being so thin that it's like razor thin. Mark asked proudly, MKBHD is the shit. He's awesome. So thank you, Joe, for the super chat. Zachary Moore, AMD is releasing ray tracing graphic cards. Do you think they will provide better performance and value over NVIDIA's RTX cards? Yes, they're going to probably give NVIDIA a run for the money, and then NVIDIA, whereas the 6060 Ti and previous gen GTX cards a better value. I think they're going to come out with. Man, I got such a burp brewing.
What was that?
I got this burp brewing, man. That when this comes out, like the world's going to end straight up.
Maybe if it comes out the other side.
No, God, if it comes out the other side, man, I'll be on drama alert. But I bet you the next gen AMD cards that do have ray tracing are going to smash NVIDIA's current RTX cards, and NVIDIA is going to answer back and improve their RTX tech with their ray tracing with their next generation, and you know how it goes. And the 1660 Ti, I've seen video reviews on. I think that card is dumb, but that's just me. So thank you, Zachary Moore, for the super chat. Do you pay for online multiplayer on consoles? Yes, I do. Mr. Smiles Cam, thank you for the super chat. Yes, I do. Worst experience having sex? I'm not talking about it on here. Rich's truncated burps are unsettling. I know I got like a World War III burp coming like any minute. Yes, I do have a VPN. Keem with a dildo attached to his car. I don't watch Drama Alert. I have no idea. Why does he have a dildo attached to his car? Skid up, flit up, and drip. Why did my chat stop? Man, I got a burp. I could just feel it brewing, man.
I'm working on one too. I can just feel my
Is there?
gut
Yeah.
bigger.
Is there any reason to get Nintendo Online? Yeah, because you have no choice. That's the reason why. Because if you want to play games online. Eight Thoughts. Why does that ring a bell? It took forever to reach 1,000 subs. That took a long. It took years. Weight loss is going good, man. Weight loss is going. His teeth look good. That's the thing. We were so used to seeing Boogie with bad teeth. Hungry Box had a... Who the hell is Hungry Box and who threw a crab at him? Hearing a daughter get beat by mom. What do I do? What? Like, I'm not laughing at, like, your sister's getting beat by your mom? I'm not sure what you mean, man. Like, if that's the case, you call the authorities. I don't know. I don't know what... If that's what you mean, yeah, I would call the authorities. I don't think all conspiracy theories are crazy. There's some conspiracy theories that have a lot of truth to them. But, you know, if you believe... You can't believe every conspiracy. You got to do your own research and your own due diligence. I have to do... I mean, I don't think Article 13 sounds like it's going to be a good thing. But I got to do more research on it. And see what phase it's at right now. Want to call the cops. I wouldn't be sending... If that's really going on, and this isn't a troll, I would be calling the cops and not be sending me super chats, my friend. I appreciate it, but that's not what I would be doing. To be honest with you. Make sure this is not something important. Oh, my phone needs to reboot. Okay. Rich, did you play Spider-Man 2 on 6th gen? I remember, I think Mike, our Mike had that game.
Spider-Man
2 on the PS2. I don't think I actually played that. I remember watching him play it. UFOs are time-traveling humans. God, it's like something Alex Jones would say. Rich eats cucumbers conspiracy. But, you know, you got to be... not every conspiracy theory is false, but not every conspiracy theory is true. So you got to... You got to kind of, you know, do research and have your own independent thought. Don't believe every single thing a person tells you, and don't disbelieve every single thing a person tells you, you know? Alex Jones turned the frogs gay. I have... Or have I played Turok? Maybe I have played Turok Rage Wars. I'll probably go buy that after I get off stream, now they know it's out. Mokoa Johnson, that's a tough question, because if you say a retro console, then you'll never get new games to play. No, I will not be going anywhere near a Galaxy Fold. I am not buying a $2,000 phone that will break on me, thank you. I will wait for them to perfect that technology, because it ain't perfected yet. Yes, Cobra Eels. Sometimes I feel a little bad for Alex Jones. I think he has a real mental condition and should really seek therapy. I really do agree with you. You can fold your phone for free once. Yes, that's true. And you can never use it again afterwards. I mean, the concept, I get it more now that I've seen the phone in action. At first, I'm like, who the hell would want a folding phone? Like, yeah, you could have a phone that looks like this, and you could open it up, and it's a tablet, so you could do other, you know, it could be not only a consumption device, but a productivity device. But the problem is that the screen tech for these folding phones obviously isn't ready yet. Bloody Sotaku. Australia doesn't exist. I am a robot, beep boop. Awesome. Yeah, it's not ready yet, man, and I'm not spending $2,000 to be a guinea pig for Samsung. No, thank you. No, thank you. I will stick to my candy bar phone. It's just fine. I got my nice fast OnePlus 6T McLaren edition right here, and this thing is a beast. It is a beast. Can I get a big ups from a main man, Liquid Richard? Big up, Liquid Richard. I better be. Everyone keeps on asking me to say that. I better be in the next Wings of Redemption song. Online subscriptions. What are the justifications? Not many. It's just. I mean, I understand. Like Sony gives you a game every month, and Microsoft they like. There's benefit games with gold. Blah 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 blah. I get all that, but yeah, it's just a paywall because if you don't pay, you can't play virtually all the games online, and they can make you do it. I don't have an interest in it, and I heard the camera sucks. One thing I gotta say, I absolutely love this phone. The camera is not great on it though. The camera is not like this. I think the OnePlus 6T's biggest weak point is its camera.
Would you consider yourself an audiophile?
No. My dad is. I don't.
I'm probably the furthest thing from it. I mean, my car has 2 speakers.
Well, that I wouldn't say because your car.
And I don't care,
Yeah.
And I listen to like.
I used to be.
I listen to my vinyl albums on old computer speakers. But it's not that I wouldn't have a good system if I had a place to, set it up and if I could afford it.
Yeah, the money.
I don't, but, I'm a wannabe audiophile, I guess. Like I use FLAC files and stuff, lossless.
Yeah, the lossless FLAC
like
files,
that.
yeah.
But,
I would, but like those turntables that like where it's like perfectly balanced and they're like thousands of dollars.
I would love to have one of those.
I mean, I could see, the thing that I don't understand is why are cassettes making a comeback? Cassettes suck.
They do.
I mean, vinyl I understand because vinyl there's the whole tactile experience with having the vinyl. Vinyl is if it's properly pressed vinyl on a high-end turntable or record player, whatever you want to call it, the sound quality is vastly superior. There's benefits to vinyl. What the fuck benefits are there to cassette?
Nostalgia.
That's it.
And well, the only other thing is that when you're talking the kind of low tech things I use, it picks up where you leave off. Like if you're on a Walkman or something
with a cassette. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
But
it was funny though. Like right towards the end, cassettes finally got real good. Right towards the end when they came out with Dolby S. I remember I had an Iowa Dolby S deck. And if you had a good metal tape, because there was a different bias, there was a normal bias, chrome bias, and metal. If you had a high-end TDK metal tape and used Dolby S to record it sounded like CD. Like, especially if you got the gain right, where you had the same loudness of a CD, couldn't tell the difference. But it was too little, too late at that point. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I still have some old Maxells I never used from way back when.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Remember when my car had a tape player but nothing else? I'd set up my mini system to record off of the MP3s off my computer to play in my car.
Did you really?
It sounds like some horrible backwards way to do it, but it worked.
Hey, if it works, it works. Didn't you have like a boombox in your car too?
Yeah, I think it was my van.
It's funny, like half the people are like, what the fuck's a boombox?
It was like an old like York's brand.
Oh my God, York's!
It's the kind that had like this slot where you could put had a built-in Walkman that like slid into the top.
Oh my God,
that?
yes! And it was like one of those. It was terrible because it was like it had a fast forward only.
Yeah.
It had. Remember that like York's had like the edgy logo that looks like it was handwritten.
Yeah. And I had it held in between the seats of my van, my 87 Dodge Caravan, with a couple bungee cords. And that's how I listened to music for a while until that thing died.
Oh my God. I remember sound design
Yeah,
when you went
those are garbage, weren't they?
Oh my God, sound design was shit. You would go into Ames. This is how long we're going back now. Ames.
Yep. Remember Ames.
And they sold a whole bunch of sound design, and it was funny. It looked like it was a component system, and it was just a big plastic front, but they made it like there would be a tape deck, there would be a CD player, there would be a radio, and there would be a turntable. And they made it look like they were separate components, but they were just all plastic. It was just the front fascia. They made it look like that. Oh my God, they had the veneer speakers where it was like just particle board, and they literally just put like basically it just looked like tape of wood.
On the other hand, I had an old Panasonic boombox from like 1983 that probably still works and probably outlived everything else that I own.
What boombox was that again?
I think it was a Panasonic. Or was it
Oh my, yeah, it was made.
There was
like,
another Magnavox.
Wasn't that whole thing like metal?
Yeah,
Like,
the entire thing was metal. And
God, I remember that
they
thing.
were, it had like those what do you call it? Not the magnetic tape heads.
They were they were actually electrical tape erase heads.
Yeah,
They
that's
were-
jogging my memory there, but it had a good sound and it recorded really well.
Well, now I'm going to get super technical now and probably put half the audience to sleep. But there was back when like boom boxes. God, we're aging our subject. People, there's probably half the audience here is like, what the fuck is a boom box? Back in the 80s, I mean, I was a kid back then too, but still, you had like boom boxes were like portable stereos that would be powered by D batteries. A lot of times you look at the rap videos from the 80s, you would see the dudes walk around with the big blasters on their shoulders. And the difference, like, especially if I recorded a lot of tapes from either CD or a line input on those.
Yep.
The big difference, and yes, I see the super chats. I'll get to them in a minute. There was a difference in the difference between a boombox with a crappy cassette recorder to record your own cassettes and a good one was the erase head on the good ones was an electromagnetic erase head where it was actually powered. A lot of the cheaper boom boxes that were cassette recorders on them, they just had a magnet. It wasn't electromagnetic. It was just like a magnet like you had in your refrigerator basically, and it would passively erase the tape and you recorded. But it was shit, and a lot of times it actually wouldn't properly erase the tape. Like, say you were erasing over something else you recorded, you would still slightly hear the old audio behind it because it didn't erase it properly. I don't know why I went into all that, but anyway. Nintendo Online cheaper cost because server maintenance? No, it's just cheaper because it doesn't really offer shit. It's a paywall to make you could download NES games. Joe, thank you for the super chat, by the way. And to play online. You could play Splatoon 2 free before, but now you have to pay for it. Medic, what do you think about the stupid custom Smash stage? I think that shows why Sakaro hates the Smash community. I haven't played any of them yet to know, but what I heard what were like people putting penises in the stages. I think is that what you're talking about, Medic? Why is it okay? Cool, I can make my own custom stage. Let me put a giant schlong in it. I don't know. Maybe because I'm not 12. I'm sure I'd be the first. I'm sure if I was 12, I would just be doing schlong. I would just be making custom schlongs all day. I'm talking from a 37-year-old perspective, not a 12-year-old. But thank you, Medic, for the super chat. Bloody Asataku. If Apple brought the iPod Classic back, they may actually make a profit again. Yeah, I think
I still use one.
I think that that's a good point. I think if Apple brought back like the old school iPod and they put like a lightning connector on it, there'd be a market again. I think it's almost time. Watch in a few years they'll do that. Tim Cook will come out on stage and be like, "We're bringing the iPod back." Custom Schlong USA. Going to my first prom Saturday. It's a masquerade theme, and I'm hella nervous but excited. Do you have any prom stories? I guess I do. Okay. I went to my senior prom. I didn't go to my junior prom. I just didn't give a shit. I just wanted to go out and get hammered. So, this is 1998. You'll remember this. You were there with me.
That was junior.
Junior, yes.
I didn't go to that one.
We didn't go. We went to Heidi's house party.
Oh, was that year?
That was that year.
Man,
That was
I didn't
junior
think
year.
I was drinking already then.
Yeah, we were all drinking. So, Don't drink underage, by the way. I do not condone underage drinking. I don't. You shouldn't drink even if you're older too. It's terrible for you. But anyway,
Show you how much I remember of those years.
We went to this girl Heidi's house, and I got shit faced. Sadly, she passed away. By the way, not to make a downer to the story. And there is a saying: liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before liquor will make you sicker. It's a very true saying. So I was a junior. I was at this post-prom party at this girl Heidi's house. I must have drank a fucking 6-pack probably in like 10 minutes. It was like warm Budweiser too, and I was just like, like just one. I was just like double fisting him and down. Boom, 6-pack, maybe even more, but I'm going to say 6-pack to be conservative. Like, nothing.
At some point, I think you started drinking Sambuca like it was water.
You're ruining the damn story,
I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's alright. Anyway, so I'm lit because I just drank an insane amount of beer, probably in I would say literally less than 10 minutes. Let's just be, again, don't want to exaggerate. So I'm looking to get more shit-faced because I'm already shit-faced, and like that when you first initially get drunk, you feel like you're Superman. So I decide that it's a good idea to get like the big red Solo cups and start filling them up almost to the top with Sambuca. Beer before liquor will make you sicker, and I don't care if it's liquor before beer. If you're drinking cups of Sambuca, you're going to get fucked up. So with these big-ass red Solo cups, was guzzling. I'm surprised I didn't get alcohol poisoning and kill myself. Guzzling big cups of Sambuca. I was done. I was shit-faced. He was there. And I start projectile vomiting all over the place.
Right under the floor near where I was laying.
Right on the floor where you were laying. I puked all over. I think, I don't know, I was drunk, I was crying, I don't even remember what the hell I was doing. Oh no, I wasn't actually, I was afraid because my cousin was there. And I didn't want her to know I was drinking, so I pretended that I wasn't drunk and I wasn't feeling well. And I pretended to cry, so she just thought I wasn't feeling well. But I was shit-faced.
I remember you were crying. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I was trying to hide the fact that I was hammered, which I'm sure I didn't do a good job because I was so fucking out of my mind. Then I remember I barfed on her rug probably like 3 times.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then this guy had a toothpick in his mouth. And my cousin told me this because I was too drunk to fucking remember it. He dropped the toothpick right in my barf. And he picked it up and put it back in his mouth and just walked away. Right out of my barf. Oh, man. That was a bad night.
Yeah,
that was a bad night.
I don't remember that being prom. Wow. But I didn't go to the prom either. And no, we do not drink anymore.
No,
for whatever it's worth.
We're both old sober shits now.
I mean, you just your diet thing, and me for whatever reasons, health reasons.
But, it's fucking liquid bread. And yes, you shouldn't drink underage too, by the way. But I was fucking shit faced. That was terrible, man. I don't like being drunk. I just don't enjoy it. I
enjoy the hell out of it, but it's just better off that I don't.
I don't remember how she reacted to it. She probably was pissed off. I was just too shit-faced to remember. I went to where was I for my senior prom? Jesus Christ, man. Everyone fucking, my class died. Rob. We went to Rob's house for senior prom. He's gone too.
Right. I was on a mission that night. But
I was fucked up there too. That wasn't that bad. I didn't get to that point though. But yeah, that was
not really good memories. I don't look back fondly on that at all. But
that one I did with that one, but the junior one, no, that was terrible. I didn't know how to handle my liquor.
Mm-hmm. And I guess I don't know what's the kind of percentage of Sambuca anyway, but for a 17-year-old,
who didn't know anything.
rookie drinker,
Yeah.
you know, that'll do it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, it was like the cups that were like the big red, like the ones we have downstairs, the solo cups.
Anyway, excuse me a minute.
Yep, go ahead. Not all alcohol tastes gross. That's not. That's like, you know, it's like saying all food. There's so many different kinds of food, you know. Not all alcohol tastes gross. Like, I think Guinness is delicious. But I just, you know, I just don't have an interest in, I don't even like, maybe once in a while I'll have a beer now, you know. God, I remember another story. I think he may have been there. I'll wait till he gets back. I got a crazier story than this. I got a crazy, crazy story. Yeah, alcohol, like they tell you to have a glass of wine at night. Yeah, it is good. There's a lot of things that are good in moderation. But no, the way I was drinking that night, I was only 16, too. I was only 16. Yeah, and I really wanted to go. I remember my dad drove me to that, too. Probably would have drove me if he knew what I was going to do. Hey, Dad, I want to go to a prom party. Do you mind? And it was funny because they felt more comfortable with me going because my cousin was going to be there. Little did they know that I didn't even hang out with my cousin that night. And I just got shit-faced. Thank you very much, Abubakar Nazam. But, yeah, I got a really good drinking story when Intro Guy comes back. I think he was there. Was he there or was Mike there? I think we were both there. Did my parents ever find me drinking or smoking? Got two stories. I got two stories. I got to write down these stories so I don't forget. I'm going to write them down now because I know I'll forget if I don't. Were you there that one night that we were with Joe? Won't say his last name. It was the guy I met at Dutchess. Did you go to his house? And were you there? When we drove to for his friend to meet this woman in the middle of Middletown, in the middle of nowhere. I think you were there. I'm too drunk to. I was too drunk. I was too drunk to remember.
Well, no, I don't remember.
Anyway, all right.
I don't think I was, because I probably wouldn't have gone to Middletown.
Okay. Well, we were both so shit-faced anyway, so we're going to change the title. Oh, if I could spell today. Anyway. So, all right, you ready for more drinking stories?
Keystone, yeah. That was that's some good cheap stuff.
If Apple brought back that, Mr. Smiles Cam, thank you. Thank you everyone for the super chats, by the way. So, all right, so I got two other stories. So there was this guy, I'm still friends with him to this day. This guy named Joe. And I met him in college. And he lived locally, so we went back to his house. And I don't even remember what the hell I drank so much that night, man, the whole place was spinning. So I'm shit-faced. Out of my mind. So all of a sudden, he had his friend Gabe there. He was this guy, this muscular karate dude with this long flow, like he looked like Steven Seagal. I think you met Gabe.
Yeah, I was there, and remember me and Mike. I started.
No, it's okay. Say because you may remember details. I was so shit faced.
Just me and Mike were kind of like sitting there, and he's holding court. Like we're like cornered talking to this guy, and we don't know how to get the hell away from him.
I forgot about that.
He was like spouting out, going off on the meaning of life or something, and I don't know if he was fucking with us or he was serious. I think he was just.
I think he was serious.
I think he was high as shit.
He was high out of his fucking mind. Anyway, making this. Well, no, it wasn't Gabe. But Gabe was there, and Joe was there. We were. I don't know what the hell we were drinking, man. We were we were shit faced. I mean, I just the room was. I wasn't blacked out, but the room was like spinning, and like like when you're drunk but you're not blacked out, but like everything is just like a meld of everything. Like time just ceases to exist. Mm-hmm. I'm explaining this to you. I'm preaching to the choir with this one, but anyway,
pretty much.
So all of a sudden, Joe's half brother is like, "Yo, I know this really hot chick that works at a gas station in Middletown, and I want to go get her number." And I'm like, all right, fucking let's go. I'm all shit-faced, so he could have told me, I want to put a rocket up your ass and fly you to the moon, and I would have agreed to it. Oh my God, this guy missed her. Anyway, all right, you are, yeah, you're in timeout, brother. Anyway. So, all of a sudden, like, out of nowhere, we were in this old-ass Sentra. This Nissan Sentra that was, like, being held together by tape. Shit-faced. I think his brother was shit-faced, too. We're on 84.
I wasn't with you for that one.
You weren't there. I don't. Maybe you weren't. It was just Mike.
I would hope that I would have had the sense not to go in for that.
Going, like, 100 miles an hour in this, like, Sentra that's about to explode. And finally, like, I started sobering up a little bit, and I'm looking at the speedometer. He was going 100. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I don't even know. And I barely, like, I just started becoming friends with Joe. I don't know his brother. And I'm shit-faced. And I'm like, where am I? This guy could be taking me to fucking kill me right now. Luckily, in the end, it isn't that amazing of a story. He did just want to go get this woman's number. I did survive, but I remember being so hammered that night that we went to go get food, and I was so drunk that I went to go eat the burger. I remember, like, man, this burger tastes like like nothing had taste. Nothing at all had taste. But yeah, I almost died in a Sentra that night because some guy wanted to go get laid that I never knew. And it was funny. That was the only time I ever met his brother, and I never met him again after that. Oh. Anyway, so that was one story. The other story was the first time I met Jimmy. Were you there for that? I don't think you were there for that one. Sean's cousin, Jimmy?
No, I never met him.
Anyway, I have a friend he's actually a really good rapper. He doesn't do it anymore, but first time I ever met him, he brings over his mixtape where he rapped on it. I remember him like thinking, like, because he was my friend's cousin. And I'm like, who is this guy who's like, he's saying he can fucking rap? Shut up. Like, I remember just thinking that, like, no, dude, you can't rap. But then he brought in his tape, and his tape just, like, blew my mind. Like, he was good. So, of course, the ritual was, let's get hammered. So, again, we went out drinking, and then we came back to my place. And we decide again, I think I should have learned by this point that drinking Sambuca is a bad idea.
I hate that stuff.
Again, it's fucking terrible. It tastes like licorice and paint thinner combined. So, I'm already hammered, and again, we're getting the solo cups and filling them up with Sambuca. Obviously, it's a recipe for disaster. So, I get hammered to the point that I start freestyling and rapping.
Oh, no.
And all of a sudden, as I'm rapping, literally, like, mid-bar, I'm like, and puke all over the floor.
You're spitting.
I was spitting, literally. And I barfed all over the place. I barfed on my parents' floor. I barfed on the rug. I barfed around the toilet, on the toilet.
If I had a time machine, I'd go back to watch that.
Oh my God. And we were drinking 40s. And I left, and we're drinking Old English 40s. And I left like there was like 4 or 5 of them. And I left the half unfinished Old English 40s all over my parents' family room. So I go to bed. And I woke up the next day. And my dad and my mom was like, Rich! And I was like, why? She's like, what the hell happened? There's barf and alcohol over the floor downstairs. Oh my God. That was
That was about 2001.
Yeah, man. That was like almost 20 fucking years ago. I remember getting drunk at Vassar College and drinking laser 40s. Yeah, dude. I mean, I didn't do any like I didn't do any drugs or anything like that. I mean, I smoked a little weed, but yeah, I drank quite a bit back then. And those days are long gone, which I'm glad too, because I have zero. I don't like drinking now at all. I don't like drinking at all. I hate the taste of Old English too. Can't fucking stand it.
I don't think anybody drinks it because they like the way it tastes.
They drink it. No.
It's dirt cheap and it'll fuck you right up.
Yep. I remember a guy from our class that he
Never drink a Cobra?
yes, they're
I
terrible.
used to drink lots of Cobra.
This is for Intro Guys Cut. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
But yeah, man, Cobras are disgusting. I remember
They're
drinking
nasty.
those too.
Or
Remember-
Mickey's.
I never had a Mickey's. I had a
They're gross.
Laser 40. I remember one time I was at, I think I may have said this before, I didn't finish it though. I was at Vassar College. There was some festival there. And we drank a Laser 40, like I shotgunned it. And like instant hammered. Walking around Vassar campus completely shit-faced. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
God, but yeah, Laser 40s were all 40s are just no 40 tastes good.
No.
They're all fucking disgusting.
Because you have to drink it extremely fast, or it just gets harder and harder.
Yeah, because it gets warmer.
Yeah.
And it gets warmer. It tastes like, I don't even know, it tastes rotten. Like it literally tastes like it's like bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting. Like I'd rather have cheap alcohol slightly warm than a 40.
Mm-hmm.
You never drink malt for the taste. It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Budweiser's gross too, my opinion anyway.
No, yeah, Bud was, if they're ice cold on a hot day, it was delicious. But then the hangovers were the worst for Budweiser.
Yeah, Bud's pretty brutal. Bud hangovers are pretty brutal.
That's what
I agree.
That's all I drank for years because that's what my dad drank. It's all he'd have around, so I drank it too.
But yeah, Bud cold is good, but it has to be
But
cold.
like make one of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
or if
Jack
you're at
and
a
Coke
baseball
is
game
good.
or something.
Jack and Coke is real
It's
good.
$10. But
Yeah.
anyway,
You know what else is good too? I mean, my friend Tom, when I used to work with him, taught me this. Vodka and seltzer. And if you have the right mix of it, it just tastes like seltzer, and you can get shit faced. So it's just like, oh, I'm having a seltzer. It tastes almost just like straight up seltzer.
I know that. Hopefully nobody's tempted now who's trying to stay on the wagon, because I know if I was watching a stream like this,
I'd be like,
oh fuck,
yeah, but then you just feel like it's interesting, man. Like the last time I got buzzed was a few months ago. Like if I drink like once a year, it's a lot for me. And like, yeah, you feel great in the beginning, and then it's just like, and you have to, and all it is to keep that good buzz going. You try to keep chasing it, it just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, no, you never catch it.
No, you never catch it. It's like any other addiction, you know. But I wasn't addicted to alcohol, but vodka and seltzer is like, if you do the right mix, though, it's all about the balance, because make sure it's not important. Vodka and seltzer, like, you have to get it right. Because if you get it wrong, like, then it'll just taste like paint thinner. But if you do the right mix, you don't even taste the vodka, or like barely taste it, and it will get you buzzed.
I'll make the vodka a little more interesting. I've drank
Vodka
by
by
itself.
itself is gross, in my opinion, anyway.
You know what? It doesn't taste good, but it works.
Well, paint thinner works too. if you want to go down that route, paint thinner technically is alcohol.
Unless you get those one of those flavored vodkas, and those are just dangerous.
Yeah, but they still just, because they're not sweet, they just taste like, it's almost like, it's like vodka with perfume in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like these are bubbly water with perfume in it.
Yeah, but they're different though.
But,
Like,
so seltzer it is nowadays. That's all.
be right back, guys.
So we,
Use some little boys worth.
well, shit, you left me here by myself again. So I'm gonna sit here and just drink my seltzer, I guess. Rich will be back in a second. He's just giving some of the seltzer back. So how are you guys? I don't know what the hell to talk about. No, I'm not gonna drunk stream. Those days are behind me. Skip it about and down it. There. That was actually Rich doing it in the videos, but he just kind of roped me into the whole thing. Thanks. The hat is just, I don't know, it just kind of makes me feel more comfortable. I don't know about political leanings. Not a real political guy. Probably a little left of center, but not too far over, you know. And I realize the camera's over here. I should probably be looking at that, huh? Intro guy, or my name's Matt. Some of you probably knew that, but just drinking my seltzer. Drinking stories. I probably got a few, but don't feel like getting into that really. What's happening to my hair? Well, there it is. It's leaving me. But I don't really care, you know, it's just a burden to have hair anyway. Yeah, this has been a long piss for Rich. You know, he's probably pinching a loaf. He left his phone here, so he'll be back soon. There you are.
Actually, I can't explain my worst sex experience.
Your what?
My worst sex experience, because this chick was batshit crazy, and it didn't end up having sex with her, which was Review Broken Leg USA. So I was in college, and I was doing a play with this girl, and she was like a goth chick. She was hot though, but very strange. Anyway, so we hung out, and I was like, "Hey, you should come back to my place." Anyway, so she goes back to we go back to my place, and we start doing something. I'm not going to go into details about it, but it wasn't anything. So she's like, "Oh, I got something to tell you though before we do something." Like, okay, but you should still, I still want to. She's like, "Oh, I have my period." Like, okay. And she's like, "You don't mind, right? And I don't want you to wear a condom." So this woman who I did a play with, who I kind of just met, wanted me to go at it with her while she was on her period without a condom. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. So all of a sudden, She puts her shirt back on. She's like really, really pissed. Like anger in her face. She walks up the stairs to my place about to leave. She turns around and goes, "Now I'm just going to have to go home and masturbate." And slams the door and leaves.
Good luck with that, lady.
Go home and do that. I just met you. I don't know you. And you have your period. And you didn't want me to use a condom. Not going to happen. So there was my worst sex experience. Even though we didn't have it, because I'm not stupid. And it was probably one of the smartest decisions I ever made in my life. Oh, God. Rich is the man. Thank you, Josh Jones. No. You, even if you're in a long-term relationship with a woman, without going into details, you don't want to do that. Just met him. Just stop. You don't want to do that. For various reasons. Oh, I'm sure some guys would have, but those guys are not me. So there you go. That was I would say that would be my worst experience. Which wasn't even an experience because it didn't happen. That was... Oh, God. Yeah, I remember her, man. That was a long time ago. Yeah, of course it did the right thing. Because if she was willing to do that with me, how many other guys has she done that with? And you, like you said, there's a bunch of guys who'd be willing to do that.
Mm-hmm. My worst experience. I don't know. I haven't had very many. I don't know if I can remember back that far.
But yeah, that was... I mean, I guess that wasn't an experience technically, but the fact that she was willing to do that... was, just show me what else was she willing to do.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she just, I mean, we took a class together, but she just kind of sort of met me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What else has she done, you know? That was a long time ago, though. I'm one of those guys would have definitely banged. Well, guy... Dude, that's just Dr. Blue. That's the stuff I think of, man. Like, what could I have caught? You know what I'm saying? That's what I think of. I'm paranoid with that shit. I don't want to catch anything. Where are the... I don't know. The one cucumber we have is lost, man. The golden cucumber, I don't even know. I think that's gone. I think we got rid of it.
Yeah, I think you threw it out.
Yeah, that's interesting, Josh Jones. They're giving out. They're doing what I think they do that with Twitch now too. Now I want to buy Mortal Kombat on Switch. I have no real big GameStop stories. GameStop's been good to me, man. I mean, I wish I could, you know, I'm not, you know, GameStop in terms of customer service, even before I had a YouTube channel, they've been good to me. Richie USA and the Lost Cucumber Chronicles. Well, yeah, man, Dr. Blue, of course. Like, what if she didn't give a shit about that? What else did she do? You know, I'm not going to put myself on the line for, you know, getting some. Got any retail horror stories? I think I talked about them before when I worked at AC Moore.
That one's bad.
And Tim Kaplan's brother would go there.
I think you talked about that.
Yeah, and he would go. outside and smoke angel dust while getting the carts, and then he'd come back in it was like he was turned into the Incredible Hulk, and then he would chase me around with a paddle and smack me on the ass. Yeah, Dickers. Yes, I forgot. Yes, I definitely talked about it. God, I remember the manager there. She had like, like in the 70s, like hairstyle, and it was like, and like she had like bright red hair, and she always used to smoke cigarettes in her office. Even back then, I think she was supposed to. Got it. I remember the night we went to that party at Heidi's house. I was actually working that day at AC Moore.
Did you quit that?
Yeah, I quit there. That I quit. And thank God, because I don't think I have an ass now if I didn't. I'm serious. Luscious Dickers, yes. Dude, he used to chase me around. I remember when I first started working there, Tim, who was my friend, because John was his older brother. You remember Tim? I'm not going to say his last name. You remember Tim?
Yeah.
You
really just said.
He's like, hey, it's my brother John. And I'm like, okay. He's like, he goes up to me all weird too. He's like, what's your name again? And I'm like, my name is Rich. He's like, I'm gonna call you Dick. And then he goes over to a box. I know I've told the story before. He goes over to a box, and he just starts like power humping the box, like anger humping it. He's like, "Argh!" He's like, oh, I'm gonna call you Dickers. And he just walks away after humping the box. Oh man. And then and that's the DVD. You go out and he would smoke angel dust, and he'd come back in and he would just chase me around and slap my ass with a paddle. That was my first job experience. That was a good time. It was my opinion on Tesla. I want a Tesla.
Yeah, I like Tesla, but it's just not practical for me.
For you, it's not, because you go across the country like people go to the grocery store.
Just drove 6,000 miles a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
and I'd still be on my way back if I had a Tesla.
Yeah, Matt drives like to California from New York. Like you may go pick up a Subway sandwich.
I've probably done it at least a dozen times now.
You do it so you couldn't have a Tesla because the infrastructure for charging the Teslas aren't there yet.
Yeah. Don't have the range yet.
No, they have the most charging stations, but it's still not enough for you. I mean, for me, I could have a Tesla because I drive fairly local, but yeah, I mean, I have a lot of life experience, man. I mean, I had a good upbringing, but I didn't live sheltered either. So, I've made my fair share of stupid mistakes, and I've learned from them. Now I'm boring and old and drink seltzer. No, I won't drink coffee now. It's too late. If I drank coffee now, I'd be up all night. What's up, Joe? Thank you. I don't know enough about that Gearing versus Society. Seltzer is just water with carbonation in it.
You'll probably be disappointed.
Yeah.
It's like disappointing soda.
There's good rap music still being made. The problem is that people always go by just what they hear on the radio and think that's everything, and it's not. That's every genre of music. I've needed glasses since I've been 9 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, the seltzer stream with Kyle. Seltzer's good, man. If you don't want to just drink water and you want something that, has a little variety to it, that's why I drink seltzer, because it doesn't have any fake sweetener in it. It's just carbonated water. I mean, if you want to get super conspiracy, I guess you could say, gee, what are they flavoring the grapefruit with?
That's probably a valid point. I mean,
they say it's natural flavoring.
But what the hell does that mean,
Yeah. Is natural flavoring horse piss? Like, what is it?
Yeah, some sort of perfume crap.
Mohammed Hersey, thank you very much for subscribing, my friend. No, so it has nothing.
It is a live stream for questions, isn't it? We just kind of
pretty much. We just talked about everything. Yeah, it's just seltzer. It's just water with bubbles in it. Has no caffeine. No. With how much we drink, we'd be dead if it had caffeine in it.
pretty much, yeah. No, I used to jack beers the way we've been crushing these seltzers. Remember those streams, Rich? I'd just sit in the background
Drinking beer.
drinking like Yingling or something.
Oh God, yeah.
Coors Light, like it was going out of style.
Problem solved. Dreamcast or GameCube? Dreamcast. That's not even a instant answer. Dreamcast. Yeah, problems with people with low IQs in the chat have been solved. For now, until they make 37 other accounts. You opened the seltzer seductively, they said.
Thank you. I don't always drink seltzer. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, companies are not required to disclose the ingredients of flavor additives if all components are considered generally recognized as safe by the Food and Drug Administration. Yeah, but I don't trust the Food and Drug Administration either. Slip them the right amount of money and, oh wow, there's rat poison in here. Oh, it's safe.
Safe at the levels that we were drinking it, but, I don't know. Drink as many as I do might be a trouble.
I didn't get trolled on Twitch, no. Even on my live streams, it's generally not that bad. I don't get live stream too hard. Or live stream too hard, what is that? I don't get trolled too hard on my streams. I mean, I deal with, I guess, the average amount that people deal with. It's not that bad. I know Joji. He used to be Filthy Frank on YouTube. It's George Miller, I believe. Yeah, we're going to end the stream probably about 10:30, guys, so. But Bullcraft Max, have a good night.
Good night.
So, have a great evening. Rat poison in moderation is good for you. I don't know what happened. Everyone's telling me about MK going woke. I heard what happened to the quartering. I'm not sure what's going on. I want a slow motion of intro guy opening a shaken seltzer.
I tried to do that once. And I tried, that GIF.
Yeah.
Or GIF or whatever the hell it
Yeah,
is.
GIF doesn't matter.
I tried to make one. I figured out that my phone would actually do that. It's my first smartphone, and I was playing with it. And I shook up the can of seltzer trying to get it to blow up. It wouldn't do it. That was a good story, huh?
That was. Well, the thing is that's weird because sometimes they'll even like bottles of seltzer, like even if you don't shake them, they explode. My biggest thing I'm hearing about Mortal Kombat is that it has a lot of microtransactions in it.
Chips Ahoy Chewy, recall you hear about that, Rich?
No, I did not hear about that. Did you?
Yeah, there's just some quote unquote unexpected solids inside the cookies.
Unexpected solids. Like what?
I don't know. I could eat the hell out of some Chewy Chips Ahoy, though.
They are good. Even though now they taste more artificial than they used to. They used to taste better. Well, I don't think Apex Legends, you can't say it's dead yet. But I think if they increase the support for it, improve support for it, it can make a comeback. It definitely could. I mean, if No Man's Sky can make a comeback, Apex Legends can make a comeback, without a doubt. Yeah, those stories were pretty brutal, man. I mean, those days were good old days, but I don't miss them. And I just don't like Battle Royale. It's not that I don't like Fortnite as a whole, but I'm just not a fan of Battle Royale. Yeah, there's like the new Filthy Frank. I saw something about that. Well, yeah, I know that EA stock is going to take a hit between... Can you move your pectorals by any chance? Yes, I can.
Do it.
I knew you were going to make me do it. They'll be all right. Oh, here. They're moving. They moved for you, Alfred. There's always weird super chats, but that's what makes them entertaining. And the Ralph story is completely true. There's still to the people to this day who think I'm making that up. You know about Ralph, right? That weird stalker guy I had?
Got a few.
Oh no, the one I'm talking from back in like 06. He was real. Like, he used to call me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, vaguely remember
I did the Terry Crews. I'm actually hyped for whatchamacallit coming out in May. Saints Row the Third. I haven't broken a bone actually. Yeah, I heard about that. Some guy wants to start a real life battle royale. I wish I had money that I could just do just like random shit that is ridiculous. I don't know if Ralph is alive these days. That would be a fun game to have on the go. They're re-releasing Saints Row the Third. I have lost a lot of weight. Still got weight to go, though. I mean, look, I got the man boobage. We got more to go, but it'll happen. Seltzer hitting you?
Yeah.
Well, we've been drinking a lot of it. Yeah, that's a big change, man. Going from 10 to 16. It's almost half your life you've been watching me. Yes, I am still in the rap. No, I would, even if I knew Ralph was still alive and well, I would not try to contact the guy. He's a freak. No, I did not get your Game Boy Micro email. I could have possibly just missed it. Gold Pop-Tart, thank you for the super chat. No, you should not start drinking. Even like if you don't have tendencies to be an alcoholic, drinking is just, it's not, I don't know, I just hate the way you feel the next day, man. Like, it's interesting, too, because you first start getting buzzed, you feel okay, and then it's just like, I don't know, it's just, I feel terrible. You know, at least that's me. Might start turning Ralph on. Yeah, well, trust me, if Ralph gets turned on, it's still worth getting, losing the weight. I have no idea what's going on with Keemstar. Have zero idea. No, I'm kind of glad I got away from political videos, to be honest with you. Too stressful. Too stressful. It makes too many people riled up. So even like when people start talking about political stuff in the comments here, I just kind of avoid it. Yeah, I think your mom will be all right. She, I'm sure she's working with great surgeons who know what they're doing, and I'm sure she'll be okay. I wish your mom the best. Cheese for my soul. I only like making stories like that are truthful, though. I don't make people go, oh, Rich, do more dating horror stories, and it's like I have no more to tell. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, politics just, it brings out, it's probably the reason why I used to deal with a lot of troll issues, because politics are, you make people lose their minds with politics. You make people who are mentally disturbed lose their minds when you talk politics. Politics is a very, very touchy thing to talk about. And I think part of the reason why, besides the fact that I completely stopped feeding the trolls, which was me being stupid by feeding them, that was my own stupidity, but beyond me learning to not feed them and ignore them, the fact that I've stayed away from politics on my channel has helped me, stop dealing with nonsense. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 10:30 over here. I got to get up in the morning and do a whole bunch of stuff. I will be back tomorrow with more videos. It was a great stream with you guys. And yes, we will stream some MLB The Show. Not sure what day this week, but we will. We'll go pick it up tomorrow. And hope you guys have a great night. And it was fun streaming with you. Have a good one.
Good night.